channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be going over part 2 of my makeup collection. There'll be somewhat of a declutter potentially. I did originally intend to film this into 3 parts, a 3-part video series. However, the footage was just so much longer. I couldn't make you guys sit through an hour and a half 1-part video. So I am breaking it up into smaller chunks. So that's just an FYI, because sometimes in the video I do just say, oh, we're gonna jump into this next category, and then we don't. So just so you know, that's why it is that way. However, I hope you like makeup collection videos. That's why you're here. And without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, this is the first drawer of foundation. I have 2 drawers and I separate them out. This is the drawer that for the most part fits me all year long. The shades, I don't think we'll be decluttering any of these. I don't know, but let's just dive on in. Let's first start with the cushion ones. So I have these cushion ones. I have the Wet n Wild cushion foundation. This is in the shade Cream Ivory. I really love this. I think they discontinued it. I love all these cushion foundations actually. This is the Laneige BB Cushion Hydra Radiance. This one's also great. The M Cosmetics I just reviewed. Great natural finish. Really love this one as well. I will link that review up above. And then lastly, we have the Dior Dream Skin, the Capture Total. This one is also fantastic. You can see just how much I've used it. I think I even used, this is the replacement cushion, so you know that I've used it quite a bit. I love it. Nothing bad to say about any of the cushions. I have these potted foundations here. So we have the Tarte, this is the Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation in light neutral. I really love this for quite a bit of time. The only thing is these pot foundations can be kind of annoying and tough to travel with. And then I have the Chanel, this is the Sublimage. I have the shade B30, I think. Yep, B30. This is also a really nice foundation. I've used quite a bit of it. Other than it being in the pot, I think they made a new version that's in a pump now. I really hope so. It is very beautiful. I gave my dog a treat, like a little Kong puzzle, so hopefully that keeps her occupied for a little while. Next we have, this is an old one, so this is the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Compact in Light. I used to use this all the time. Look how worn down it is. I probably should declutter it, but I kind of want to try it and see if it's still good. We have the Lawless Woke Up Like This. I have the shade Kalahari. This one's okay. I feel like it was a very full coverage and why I don't reach for it very often. I do need to give it a shot again. And then we also have the NARS. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is great. This is about as full coverage as I want to go. This is the shade Fiji. It's a really great shade match for me. I never tried the Sheer Glow and I want to because I heard such great things about it. I saw that it's on sale, so I might just pick it up since I heard rumors that it's being discontinued. I also want to try the new Lightwear foundation or the Light Reflecting Foundation, but it has not released in Europe yet. Let me know if you'd still be interested in a review for that down in the comments. Next up, we have this. So this is the Giorgio Armani, the Luminous Silk Foundation. This is the shade 4. This is so old. I'm gonna keep it though. This is just half an ounce. I bought this in the small size because I wanted it so bad. Everyone was always talking about it. They still talk about this foundation and I did not have the money at the time to buy the full size. So I bought the small size and it's still going strong. Honestly, I still have quite a bit of product in it. I don't use that much foundation because I prefer a thinner coverage, so it doesn't go that quickly. This next one is the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau. This is the shade 02 Neutral. This is also a great foundation. It's so natural. It says natural perfecting foundation. That's exactly what this is. I do prefer it over this one, the Guerlain L'Essentiel. This is the one I tried in my Trying New Luxury Makeup, but I still prefer this one over it. I will link the video where I tried this foundation up in the cards. This one's just so much more natural. I really, really like that one. So we have some drugstore ones here. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Soft Beige. This is a great foundation. I know that a lot of people don't like this paddle thing, but I actually don't mind it. I prefer it over the doe foot. And then I have the Maybelline. This is the Dewy and Smooth. This is in shade 125. I like this one. I have this like pump on here. I don't know what kind of pump it is, but it does not come like that. It does not come with a pump. I think this is just a pump that I bought and it doesn't stay on very well. This is not my favorite. That's where I was going with this. Out of the foundations, I prefer the Matte and Poreless. And then, where's that stick one? And then after the Matte and Poreless, I like this one. This is the Shine Free and Balance foundation, this stick foundation. And then after that, I like the Dewy and Smooth. And then lastly, the Maybelline Superstay. This is shade 120. This is my perfect shade for Maybelline. This one is just very full coverage, which is why it's not my favorite. We have this Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion in shade Nude L3. I do like this foundation a lot. The only thing I don't like about it is the undertone is a very, very yellow. So it just looks a lot warmer than it needs to be. I probably should go down a shade. However, this is the one I have for now. The shade is fine, just because of the undertone, it makes it look darker than it really is against your skin. Here we have the Dior Forever. So this is the original, it's not the reformulated. And here I have the Forever Skin Glow. Oops. Again, this is the older version, not the new reformulated. I like both of these. I do have the natural foundation, so the Dior Forever Natural. I have that boxed up still from Dior. I wanted to do an unboxing and maybe a wear test with that one. Let me know if that's something you'd want to see. And then I also have both of these Laura Mercier foundations. This is the Flawless Fusion. So I have just the original and then this is the Radiant. I like both of these. Again, I kind of am playing with the idea of doing a neck and neck video, just seeing which one has better wear time, which one looks better on my skin. I have both of these in the shade 2N1 Cashew. We kind of went through this middle section. We did this one, we did this one. This one is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I have the shade Linen. This is a really nice foundation. It's a very full coverage. We have this Marc Jacobs. This is the, let's see, the Genius Gel. I have 26 Bisque Medium. I think I bought this because it was on sale at Sephora because it was being discontinued. I don't remember what I even think about this. I think this is one I need to try on. It's very thick. Wow. So I think we need to try it. It's also very tacky, and either keep it or get rid of it. Here we have the Benefit Hello Happy. This is the Soft Blur Foundation. I have the shade 3. I didn't hear very good things about this, and I don't remember it very well. I think everyone said it just looked really powdery, but this is just another one to add to the list of ones I don't remember how they wear, and I need to remind myself. Okay, we have this last row here, making it through. So this is the Chanel Le Beige. This is the Healthy Glow Foundation. This is the original when it first came out. This is one of my favorite foundations of all time. I love this. I wore this to my sister-in-law's wedding. It holds up great. This is the shade B30. This is the foundation that got me to fall in love with Chanel foundations. After that, let's talk about this one. So this is the Pat McGrath, the Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation. I have the shade Light Medium 9. This was really nice. Again, I just recently reviewed this, so I will link it up in the cards if you are interested in watching the wear test on that one. However, I did really, really like it. We have, let's do these. Let's go in order a little bit. So this is the MAC Studio, the Water Weight Foundation. This is the only MAC foundation that I've tried. This is the shade NC20. I do really like it though, but I haven't tried their other, the Studio Fix, is that what it's called? I'm not sure. I've never tried it. I don't know why. I think because I know that it's more full coverage and that's not my style. However, this one's really great. I don't even know if they still make this one. And then here we have the Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I have the shade 2N. Love this. Love the container that it's plastic. This is really great. And then continuing on the Dior train, we have the Dior Air Flash. I have the shade 201. This is a really nice foundation. Everyone loves this. It's very pricey, especially for what you get, but I will continue to repurchase this one. I think it's a great one to just continue to have. Here we have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This is very close to, here we go, look at her. She brought her toy here. So this is a water foundation, very similar to this MAC one. This is the shade Light Neutral. I think they discontinued this, which I'm kind of disappointed about. I really, really liked this one a lot. So here we have the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. This is the shade 00 Light Natural. I do like this one a lot. It's not one that I wear very often just because it is more full coverage, but it is a great drugstore foundation. All right, here we have the Lancome Absolute Makeup Sunscreen SPF 18. Oh, here we go. Replenishing Radiant Makeup. I don't remember how this one wore. It says it's for normal to dry skin. I feel like I didn't like this, but this is one that I want to retest and just make sure before I get rid of it completely. And then this one is the number 1 de Chanel, the new one, the Revitalizing Chanel Foundation. I also have a video up on this, which I will link above. It's okay, but nothing beats out this Le Beige foundation for me. We have this Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This got me on probably an undisclosed sponsorship. I have no idea. However, I don't know if it was undisclosed or not. I'm just guessing, but I remember that I got it from a YouTuber. I remember that I had to go back to Macy's like 3 times to exchange my shade. This oxidizes so terribly. I don't know what it is. It's my worst oxidizing foundation, hands down. This is the shade 2 Alabaster. I don't know why, but even the woman at the makeup counter had a hard time getting my shade because the foundation would just continue to oxidize. All right, lastly, we have all these little tubes here. Hopefully this doesn't go everywhere. Okay, so we have this Dr. Jart BB Beauty Balm. This is very nice, has SPF 45. I really like this. The only thing is, what shade is this? Light medium. The only thing is this can be a little bit gray toned. Once you blend it out, it's okay. However, until you do, it can be a little bit gray leaning. So some people might want to stay away from that. This one is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This is the Tinted Hydration Gel Cream. I have the shade Vanilla. My sister really likes this one. I didn't know that she was using this, and she brought it when she came to visit me, and I was like, oh, I have this one too. I really like it. So it's just a really great BB cream. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit more full coverage, so it looks very natural. Here we have a pretty beat up foundation. This is kind of like a foundation primer. So it's called the BB Treatment Primer from Tarte. I use this actually under makeup. I don't know why it's in my foundation because it's tinted. You can use this as a primer. A lot of the times I'll also wear this just on days where I don't want to wear any other makeup, but I want my skin to look a little bit better. It has a little bit silicone feeling, so that's why they call it a primer, I think. It has that silicone primer feeling. But this is a good one because, you know, sometimes when you're wearing light coverage foundation, but if you don't put on brows or mascara, it looks off. This you can just put and just go out the door. You don't have to put anything else on with this. Okay, so I have 3 left that are from this drawer. First one is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream SPF 50. This is in the shade Light. This is just a solid foundation. For years and years and years, everyone just talks about this foundation. It's really great. I mentioned before, I worked retail for 10 years, and this was a foundation that I would take traveling with me. There was a point in time when I would help open up new stores in different states, and a lot of those states I had never been to before, so I didn't know what kind of foundation would wear well, and this was one I could always count on. I remember specifically I opened the store in New Orleans and I brought 2 foundations, and one it just completely ate away because the humidity. Arizona is very dry, so I'm not used to humidity, and this one held up really well. So I just think this is an all-around great foundation. This one here is the Charlotte Tilbury The Beautiful Skin Foundation. This one's very new. Everyone's talking about this. I have the shade 4 Neutral. Everyone really, really liked it. I thought it was okay. Not my favorite. I will also link that video up above. However, it's a solid foundation. I like that it comes in a tube. I do like this one more. This is the Lancome Skin Feels Good. I have the shade 01 Nude. I just think this one feels better on the skin. It has a healthy glow. I don't know. I prefer this one over that one. And after that, that concludes this drawer. So let me put this one away and we will go on to the second drawer. Second drawer foundation. Luckily, this one is much smaller. So this one has the ones that are very dark or a lot lighter, so just ones that I know I either need to be ultra tan or ultra pale for in my shade range. Let's just start here and work our way up. So I talked about this one before, but this is the Dior Nude Air. This is the shade 10. It has that powder finish where it just instantly dries to a powder finish. That's the best way I could describe this. It's very nice. It's just like they talk about Nude Air. It's so lightweight and undetectable on the skin. I don't hear this talked about very often, at least on YouTube, and I do like it a lot. I think it's an underrated foundation. These 2 here. So this is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I have the shade LW2. I think they discontinued this and they discontinued this. This one is the Burberry, Burberry Fresh Glow Foundation. I have the shade 12, which is Ochre Nude. I can't get rid of this one. I knew that they discontinued it when I bought it. I searched high and low for this, so I just can't get rid of it. It's so beautiful on the skin. I really, really like it. I haven't kept up with it. I don't know if they reformulated it or what they did or why they took it away, if they just came out with a new one. And then this one, I think, like I said, they also discontinued. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you know. However, this is also a really nice foundation. Not a huge fan of the doe foot, but I can look past it. This is just a really nice overall foundation. This one is the Fiona Styles Matte Finish. I have the shade 02. I bought this when they were clearing out of Ulta. I bought this because of a YouTuber. I don't know how many times I can say that, but I think it's time to get rid of it. I wore it maybe once, and I have not worn it since then. I don't really like matte foundations, and look how yellow this looks. So it's just, it's taking up space. We have, let's see, the Cover FX Power Play. This is the shade N30. Love this foundation. I also really love the bottle. I love that it's plastic, it's durable. Don't have to worry about breaking it. And then the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude. This is also a water-based foundation. This is the shade 2N1 Desert Beige. I've never tried the just plain double wear. I probably should. I just heard that it's more full coverage. And that's why I grabbed the nude one, because I assumed I would like this one more, which I do. It is a very nice foundation. All right, then we have these three. So this is the Becca Aqua Luminous in a shade Light. This is probably the product that I'm most sad about Becca going out of business. I really, really like this foundation. I know it's not a standout product for everyone, but it is really pretty. I do not like this applicator. It's like a drop thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. You can see, so you pump out the product like that, this little cap thing. Don't like that at all. And this is the Becca Ultimate Coverage. This is the shade Cashmere. I am gonna get rid of this. I don't like full coverage foundation. I don't know how often I can say that, and I don't need too many of them. Then here we have the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This is the shade Warm Ivory. I also have this number 7. This is the Lift and Illuminate in Warm Beige. This is definitely a better shade match. I think when I got this one, this was the closest shade. They were like very picked over at the drugstore. Number 7 is kind of a hard brand to find in the drugstore. I have better luck online with them. So I do prefer this one. However, it is very, very dark, so I don't get the opportunity to wear it very often. Let's go for these. Get these out of the way. This is the Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. This was all right. This is clearly finished. This was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. I wouldn't repurchase this, is all I'm saying. This is the Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua. I have the shade B20. I don't know why I purchased this shade, quite honestly, which makes me sad because I do really love this foundation and I can't wear it that often. However, I'll probably buy the correct shade and just, I don't know what I'll do for this, maybe mix the two or buy a shade darker and then mix the two so I can at least get some wear out of this. This is really nice. This is also a cult classic. It's been around Chanel forever. It's probably my second favorite Chanel after the Le Beige. Here I have just a little sample of the Luminous Silk. This is shade 2. I wear normally the shade 4, and that's even a smidge light. So this is a very, very light. I can't bring myself to get rid of this. This is a very expensive foundation, and maybe it'll come in handy at one point if I need to lighten something up. We have these two. So this is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup. This is the shade 40 Sun Beige. This is nice. I don't know if it's anything special that I would say rush out and buy, but it's okay. And then the Revlon Photo Ready Instafixed. I think I bought this from a YouTuber again. This is also nice, kind of underrated. It has good undertone, way better than the L'Oreal. And I don't think this is bad. I think it's okay. These three. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of all three of these. These were kind of my mixers. So I have this white one from LA Girl. It's not even opened. Considering it's been 5 years, I don't think that I'm going to ever mix this into a foundation. I'd rather mix another foundation in than mix a white. So this is going to go. And then I have two of the Cover FX custom cover drops. I have the shades N25 and N40. I normally wear the shade N30, so my thought was I'll get a light shade and a dark shade, and then that way I can always make my perfect foundation. However, these don't smell great. They smell off, and I think I never use them to mix anything, so why am I hanging on to them? They're just taking up space. Okay, so here are kind of the darker foundations. We already went over this one. Let's put this one aside. This Huda Beauty one, I have the shade Custard. It's okay. I'm keeping this even though it's ultra full coverage, just because this is a very beautiful full coverage foundation, and it is the most full coverage foundation that I have in my collection. This one is the Kiko Milano Insta Moisture Foundation. This was also really pretty. I have the shade 4.N Neutral. This is definitely a summer color for me. That's why it's in the dark section. However, I don't hear a lot about Kiko Milano in the States, but here in France, they have those, what are they called? Brick and mortar stores. They have a ton of them everywhere. So I want to say it's a fairly popular brand here. And they have a lot of different foundations that I purchased during holiday. They had like a buy 3, get 3 free. So I got a bunch of different foundations to test. And I kind of want to just see more what this brand is about. Let's go through all these tubes here. So I have the Dior Skin Nude BB Cream. This is the shade 02. Embarrassing story, I wore this to work one day and one of my associates, I think she was trying to be nice because she was like, why is your face so orange today? This pulls so orange. I didn't even notice it in the mirror, but this is just, because of the shade, it's so orange. I have to get rid of it. I can't keep it. I can't make it work for me no matter what. It's an undertone problem and not a shade problem. Here is the here is the Huda Beauty Glowish. This is the shade Light. I like this a lot. For being light though, it's very dark. I was very surprised. It's beautiful, but not something I can wear all year round. I might go down a shade because it is so beautiful. I like it a lot. This one just, the light is pretty dark. So both of these I bought in Cyprus. It's when I started getting ultra tan. My foundation was too light for me. It was getting to be very noticeable. I had to go get something. This is the Dermacol BB cream. This is the shade Sand. Look how much darker it is than my skin right now. This was a great shade match for me. I loved this foundation. I still love this foundation. I might even try and look online if I can get the lighter version. The associate recommended it to me. This is honestly in my top 5 of favorite foundations. I know it's a BB cream. I'm counting it as a foundation. It wears so nice. It's one that you can just apply with your fingers and go. I really, really, really highly recommend this foundation. However, this one, so this is the Kors CC Color Correcting Cream with SPF 30. You can see the Greek lettering on here. So this is a brightening and first wrinkles CC cream. This was so bad. So I had one winner and one loser. It was so dark. I wish I could keep it because I didn't really use it at all, but it is just, it's so terrible. Oh well. So this one is going to go. We have both of these L'Oreal Age Perfect. So this is the Radiant Serum Foundation, and then this is the 4-in-1 Tinted Balm. I will link my video on this foundation up above. So this one I have the shade Light 20, and this one I have the shade Natural Buff 40. These are pretty close in shade, even though they're quite a bit apart. The only thing is this one is so orange. I don't know what they did. I can make it work, but I'm disappointed because I really liked that foundation. This one is much better. It's still very dark for me though currently. This will be better in the summer. These are both very beautiful. I just wish L'Oreal could maybe improve their undertones a little bit. Lastly, we just have these little tester sizes. So let's go through them. I have 2 Makeup Forever ones. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This foundation looks terrible on me. I have the shades Y335 and Y245. I remember I went to the Sephora makeup counter once and they were doing my makeup and they used this foundation. They actually took it off. It looked so bad. She started completely over from scratch because it was just it was chunky on my skin. It was weird. So we're just gonna get rid of this. Next up, I have 3 of these Dior Face and Body Backstage foundations. These are just little sample ones. So I have one N, and then 2 of them I have 2N. I fill these up from the full size that I have, and then I would travel with them. So it has this little paddle brush in it, and it actually, this foundation will last you quite a bit of time if you're traveling. So I like it just because it's so teeny tiny, and it's great to take with you without taking up a bunch of space. So I will hang on to those. And then we are left with these 3. So this is the Becca Ultimate Coverage, the one that I got rid of in the shade Cashmere. I will keep this just because it's little, it can stay. And then we have the Cover FX Power Play. This is the shade N40, so it's a little bit darker than the one I have. So because of that, I am going to get rid of it. And this one is the Hourglass Vanish Foundation. Again, this is the shade Nude, I think. So it's a little bit lighter, but I can still make it work on my skin. And again, because this is a stick foundation, I don't use that much. So it's nice if I want to just take it on a trip with me, that I'm not going somewhere for very long. And with that, that finishes this second drawer. And also just finishes all my foundations. Of course, if you liked this video, please like it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you all in the next one.